What is up, YouTube? It's Mike coming at you again with another YouTube video here. So today I'm making the second part of the End of Days. So it's the End of Days Part 2 based on a song by Ministry called The End of Days Part 2. And it is, in my opinion, it's in my top 10 favorite songs of all time. Um, that song just, I don't know, it relates to me a ton. It's also, I think, better than the first one because it has a more emotional feel and it has really really good guitar riffs, like some of the best guitar riffs I've ever heard. It's also just really creative and neat. I like it. There's also a speech from, I can't remember the president's name, but there's a speech like that's like 5 minutes in the song about like the military industrial complex and like things back in the previous age and like what provides balance and what doesn't provide balance. But anyway, just gonna kind of look and go off this topic today on that. So yeah, basically there's gonna be like a few main factors I'm gonna do on this one. So it's gonna be one involving like kind of like government, even though I'm not in politics, and then two, it's gonna be involving like why the world feels like it's coming to an end as far as um like just like people and like I already talked about the prices last time, but I'm gonna talk about like just like relationships and like that kind of thing. And then also I'm gonna kind of touch on the topic of like um just overall like I talked about gaming last time, and that's kind of a big one. But yeah, just like kind of like people and like society and like just seeing how things are and like it just feels wrong. But anyway, so I'll kind of go off the topic here. So sorry, the job market is a huge one too. So I'll start with the government thing though. So I'm not big into politics at all, but it just feels like there's so much like corruption and like bad things that happen anymore. Like the government and that kind of thing. Like the government it like is like shut down apparently. There's like been a shutdown and it's just like been affecting a ton of people. I don't know if it's back up yet or not. I have no clue. Um but that's been a big thing that's been going on. It just makes everything just feel odd and weird, like things are coming to an end. And I actually got lucky today because I just got hired for Target to work as a personal shopper part time today, which is awesome. But that's another thing. I want to talk about the job market because it feels like there's very slim to none of like jobs out there that are actually like decent, well paying, and like will actually treat you good as an employee. Like it just feels like they're just you are another number to them because we hired you. You are another number. You're gonna work here. We don't care about you. We don't care what you do. Like you're just gonna come here and work, and you are another number. That's all we see you as, and that's kind of how it feels like for most jobs this day and age, which is pretty rough. And apparently, my job coach, she was telling me that the job market is just awful. Like coming from my job coach alone, which is really crazy to think about because she's a job coach. And if she's saying that the job market is just complete shit, then it obviously is. Like, it's just horrible. And I don't know. She thinks that there's going to be an economic collapse here soon. And yeah, I feel like it could happen anytime. I don't know what it all entails because, again, I'm not big into politics and government and all that stuff, but it's just like stuff that you can't avoid. And then half the time it feels like there's going to be like a World War III. I don't know how it would happen, but it just feels like World War III is coming. Like, because everyone's just gonna get like everyone's out of control. They're upset about everything, and like things aren't going people's way. Prices are insanely high. People are just upset and mad, and just everything just feels awful. And like the end of days. And that's another thing too. Is it always? I've always felt like eventually there's going to be a point where the world does end. Like I don't feel like it's gonna go on forever. There's just like I feel like there's stuff beyond this earth that we don't know about, even though it's hard to prove, but I really feel like there is, and there's things that are like I don't know, and I don't really like I believe in God, I mean I don't. It's weird. It's a weird relationship with it. It's like I don't, but I do, and I don't because I never. There's specific things where I do, and there's specific times where I just don't. But you'd think that something would change and like get better because it has to, because it can't just keep going on a decline. Otherwise, the world's just gonna come to an end. Because I feel like it's just gonna get out of control. That's another thing too. Talking about my buddies, they were telling me there's this documentary about this one guy that was the strongest, or like it was by Empleman. It was He's on YouTube. It was the guy that had the most power in the entire world for like 10 seconds because there was these like missiles. It was a false missile like announcement that we were getting attacked or something like that, and he had the opportunity to hit fire on a nuke and it would destroy like a bunch of stuff in an area, but he didn't hit it like for a specific reason. I can't fully remember what it all entailed, but like it's just that like nuclear war. Like we probably have enough nukes to blow up like an entire like section of the world, and it's just crazy to think about. And then yeah, it just that's how it feels like the end of days. And then another part of this topic that I want to kind of rant on too is like relationships and people. So it feels like everyone, obviously, this day and age, I've noticed is not what they normally are, or like they're a lot easier to just piss off and like get really upset or like just delete you out of their life. And I mean, I'm kind of the same way though too because I don't take shit from people, but at the same time, it's like it's weird. Like there's this points where you're just like you don't want to talk to anyone, you don't want to sit next to anyone, you don't want to look at anyone because you don't know what how they'll react, and everything just feels like it's on edge. Like you feel it in the air, something about it. And then relationships like girls and like having a girlfriend and stuff like that, and dating apps and things like that. Those things just feel so toxic and so manipulative and just bad that I hate it because I'm on them because I want to actually have a girlfriend and maybe have a wife and kids sometime. It's hard to decide, but I've never had a chance to ever have that. And it's like at the same time, it's like, do I really want that if this is what the people are gonna be like? But I feel like it's just a portion of the dating apps that show you that you don't see the actual person. That's why I always thought it was great to go meet out, like go meet people like out in public and be like, this person's like really cool, and you talk to them and you get to know them in person rather than being on the phone because they're just like they only know like about 25% of you on the phone. They don't know who you are like in person. Like that's why I really want to meet someone in person first because then it's like it's more natural and it doesn't feel like weird and forced and half baked and that kind of shit. But anyway, yeah, it's just there's so many things like that that I see, and it just also feels like I think it has something to do with when you're getting older. Everything starts to feel like the end of days because of the fact that you don't have as many people around anymore, and everyone else is like kind of older and grown up. So those people are all doing their own thing, and like there's nothing much going on in life anymore. So you just kind of doing the same routine with not many people around anymore, and then like eventually like your family members start dying off because they're older and you're getting older, and like these people that get in car crashes and you hear all this stuff in the news and like you just hear like it's just I don't know. It's depressing. It just feels like the end of days. And that's kind of the main thing I wanted to go on in this topic is it's like a part two to the first one. But yeah, it's just kind of where I'm sitting on that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I'll probably end it here with the topic on that one since that's just kind of most of the gist of the end of days for me anyway. So I'll probably come at you with another video here eventually on a different topic. There's a bunch of topics I want to discuss. There's a bunch of stories I have too that'll be great. So see you guys later though. Thanks.